welcome to Library Connection. I'm your hostess, Mandy Cantrell. I'm the Youth Services Director at the B.B. Comer Library, and I want to thank, along with our board and our staff at the library, want to thank TV47 for allowing us to kind of showcase our services and our connection to the area of Sylacauga and beyond, our entire area that we serve. So we appreciate that. Today, I'm very excited. I have one of my dearest friends today. This is so fun. We get to sit and talk for a half hour. This is Ginger Clifton, who is just such a good friend to me. She's here today to talk a little bit about her and the things that she's involved in and about the Marble Festival coming up. So Ginger, thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thank you for having me, Mandy. You know, I always like being with you in any circumstance.
We'll have a good time. We'll have a good time. Well, in case there's someone that doesn't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I grew up in Sylacauga. Actually, we moved here when I was about 2 years old, so I don't remember living any place else. Went to Main Avenue School and then straight to Sylacauga High. There was no middle school then. Graduated from Sylacauga High as a married woman, got married my senior year and went to junior college and then to UAB and got a degree in elementary education and have taught school in this area, private and daycare and public school, 38 years total. So I've invested a lot of my life in children and my family, I hope. Those are my two main emphases in serving the Lord through all of that. So now I'm retired. I retired from the public schools in 2005 and taught at Knollwood Christian School for a couple years, and then went to Honduras and did a stint down there at the Orphanage Emmanuel in Guamaca, Honduras, and loved that. And so I've been very busy, but I have had a fulfilling and happy life through my family and through the children that I've come in contact with.
And you may have retired, but you are still teaching every day.
Well, thank you. I hope so.
Teaching children, teaching adults, everything is great. I know you teach adult Sunday school at our church, and you always are still involved. We're going to get into a little while with the Marble Festival, how you're working with children and your grandchildren, great-grandchildren.
Yeah, I have two. I didn't go into that, but I have two sons, Ray and Robert. Robert's in Chelsea. He's the younger, and he's married to Wendy, and they have a precious little girl, soon to be 2, Anna Claire. And I have Ray and Opelika. Ray has 2 sons, and my older grandson is about to have his second child, which will be my second great-grandchild.
Oh, okay.
So I love my family, and I'm really involved with them. And my extended family is Mandy and Al Cantrell and Mary Kelly and Allison, who have been my girls for all these years that I didn't have any girls. Oh, wow. Now I have a couple of granddaughters, but still they are very special to me, and I've enjoyed watching them grow up and watching you become such an outstanding woman in this community.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. You have a lot to do with all of that. And I have an idea during our conversation. I'm going to call you Miss C, which is what I've called you for a long time.
That'll be okay.
Ginger, Miss C, or Granny C.
And I answer to Granny C because that's what your girls call me. And I think it's so precious. I love it.
Well, good.
And I've just loved being a part of their lives, and I just consider myself most blessed. And so many of my friends say, why are you so close to the Cantrells? Are y'all related? And I say, well, sort of. Sure. We're related through our loving relationship that we've had since Mandy was in high school when she worked at the Sullivan Baptist Kindergarten.
My first job.
Yeah, and so I've loved her all through her high school years, and just consider myself blessed to be a part of Sylacauga and all that it means.
Yes, well, we're 2 hometown girls here who love Sylacauga and all that it has to offer. So that's wonderful. I do love you too, Ginger. And even now, I'm working and you're retired, but I see you at the library all the time. Sometimes I think you must work there also. No, you're just very involved in the brown bags and community links and just everything going on at the library. We appreciate that. We appreciate people like you who are.
Well, thank you. I have a sort of a philosophy that when you retire, if you sit back and rock, you're not only are you going to grow old, but you're going to grow kind of sour and unhappy because you don't have a purpose. So I think it's important to look at your tools. What have I always done? What could I continue to do on a part-time basis with the skills that I have when I work?
Right.
And use those skills. And that library is very important to me because they do such a great job. Y'all do such a great job. Dr. Shirley Spears and Dr. Ted Spears are just wonderful leadership in the B.B. Comer Library and in the Sylacauga Arts Council. And I can't think of anything that's more in line with my talents and abilities than to volunteer my time down there.
Great.
So
great.
I love being a part of what y'all do down there.
Good. Well, we love you. You're one of our good friends at the library. Now, you're also a writer.
I am. I've always, in fact, this morning I've been sitting writing. It doesn't take much to inspire me. I get a blank card and I'm sending it to a little girl, Molly Kate Arhus, who's having some problems and is undergoing some treatment. Yeah. But going back to that, I write a lot of children's things and just send it to children, birthday cards.
I have many of those at my house, birthday books. The girls look forward to that every year.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And now, see, I've got these new little girls to write them for. So anyway, I do, and I've been published 4 or 5 times by Mature Living magazine, which is an adult magazine for that's published by Lifeway Publications, a Baptist magazine. And then I actually got published by Guidepost in their Angels magazine. And I kind of got disillusioned after that. So I've kind of quit submitting, but I'm going to get back to that and see if I can get some stuff published. I'm just mostly writing it now for my own pleasure and for the pleasure of my family.
Good, good. And you've written articles for Sylacauga Today.
Yes, I do that regularly. I quit for a little while and I kept, nobody ever said anything about the articles when I was writing them. But when I quit, everybody I met in the grocery store said, "What happened to your articles? I loved them." So I started back doing them again. And Ken is giving me an opportunity to be focused. Because if you don't have, and I think that goes back to the volunteering. If you don't have a plan, if you just sort of sit back and wait on somebody to ask you to do something, you're never going to do anything.
No.
You have to have a plan. And that, submitting that little piece to him keeps me writing.
That's great.
So, I love doing that.
Well, you're very talented. I'm glad you enjoy it too. That's great.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back in just a few minutes and talk some more with Ginger Clifton.
This month's TV 47 Star Student of the Month from B.B. Comer Elementary School is brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home. Congratulations, Hayden Danford from B.B. Comer Elementary School. This month's Star Student of the Month has been brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home and TV 47.
In Central Alabama, 9,100 kids face going to bed hungry tonight. Hunger doesn't take a day off. There are kids right here, right now, that don't know where they'll get their next meal. Join Alabama Childhood Food Solutions and help put an end to childhood hunger in Central Alabama. Make a difference. Donate today, by mail or online, to help ACFS feed hungry kids. There's no better time to share than now. Their next meal could come from you.
This month's TV 47 Star Student of the Month from B.B. Comer High School is brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home. Congratulations, Tia Looney from B.B. Comer High School. This month's Star Student of the Month has been brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home and TV 47.
Hello and welcome back to Library Connection. I'm your hostess, Mandy Cantrell. I'm talking with my other mom, Ginger Clifton. We've had such a good time being here together. I hope y'all are enjoying it too. We've talked a lot about you, Ginger, and what you're involved with, and I'm just so excited that you're still a very vital part of the community, giving back and always involved in things with children, adults, and the library, everything. Now we want to focus on the Marble Festival coming up. Now, in the past, one of your main parts of the Marble Festival was to have the scavenger hunt, where you would take snapshots of things made of marble, and there was a children's division and adult division. They'd go around and find them, and that was so much fun, and people enjoyed that for a while. But tell us what you're doing now.
Well, this year we took a look at the scavenger hunt for children, and we realized not very many children were able to participate. People are so busy,
yes.
And I don't know if the people who are viewing this know what the scavenger hunt was, but it was pictures of places where marble is used throughout our community, and to find those locations, somebody had to take those children around from place to place and look. It was a good idea, and it was fun. It was fun for us to make it, but it just wasn't enough children able to do it because I had nobody to take them around. So this year we're doing a new thing for children, and it's a poster contest. And I feel like I wasn't really sold into it until I started going to the schools and presenting the idea. And the more I presented it, the more I was sold myself on this is the way to go. And the reason is children all like to draw in color. And this way, instead of having 3 winners for the children's division, we should have 18, possibly 21 winners.
Wow.
And they will all receive cash prizes.
Wonderful.
So that's an incentive for them to do something they like doing, and at the same time win a prize and win some recognition, because when the posters are done, they will be posted. The winning posters will be posted at the B.B. Comer Library during the Marble Festival, which begins April the 5th, I believe.
Yes. I think so.
So I'm excited about that. And the kids, when I went to the schools, the teachers were excited. You mean that our school will not be competing with all these other schools? Okay. We will have winners from this school. And I said, yes, there will be winners from all these different areas. There will also be winning teachers who encourage all of their students in their room to do a poster. The teacher at each school who has the most posters will win $50 for her class to use.
That's a great incentive.
Yes, it is. And some principals have already said that they might use that as fun money and have a pizza party or something, which kids would like.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, whatever they do with it, that will be an incentive to win.
Okay. What kind of posters are they making?
We made some suggestions. As you remember, Mandy, we made the Marble Maniacs, and
that's
what we're called. And it's myself and Glenda Rumsey and John Blocker and Willadine Lewis, and we have a new member this year, Rachel Pinson. She's a juvenile attorney new to our area, and she's joined our group. What our desire is to do is to educate children about marble in the city of Sylacauga, about the history of marble, about how it's used in industry, about the calcium carbonate industry, about the artistic value of marble, and about what's happened in the past and what we hope will happen and continue to happen in the future. So we're the educational component, and as we went from school to school, we were just elated that the teachers seemed to be so sold into this idea, and we hope we get good participation. Our goal is to teach them about what's right here around us. It's a resource that's been here since Andrew Jackson marched through Alabama and Edward Gant bought a quarry here in Sylacauga until now. And so it's been here a long time, and it isn't going anywhere because it's in the ground. It can't be outsourced to some foreign country.
And there's a lot of marble that will be there for
for a very
several
long
hundred
time.
years.
Yes.
Yes.
So isn't that wonderful that we have this great resource? It gives people jobs. It brings other industries here, like the new shingle plant that's been built, because it's adjacent to the quarry and it can get a product that it needs to manufacture shingles right across the road over there.
Right.
So it's a great thing, and children can do a poster on any aspect of that. What I was getting, I never did finish what I was thinking. My train of thought was that we did that DVD that is an educational lesson for elementary school children, and we did one for kindergarten. And that's available from Mandy at the library. And it tells students about what's happening right here under their nose, and what has happened, and about the city of Gants Quarry, and what happened out there, and how they had a school and a church and a baseball team and lots of stuff. So they can do their poster on any of that.
Oh, that's great. It gives them a wide choice.
It gives them a wide choice. Kindergarten, what do they like? Big trucks.
Oh, yeah.
And
Big
scooper doopers that dig it up out of the ground. And they'll do something like that, some of them, and that'll be great. It's different aspects of the industry, and it's not limited. We took a new revised unit to each school, a new script to go with that DVD, and we made our pitch at each school, and so now it's up to them.
That's great.
The specifics are very laid out on the entry form. The entry form is on one side, and then the specifics about what to do and what not to do is on the other side.
All right.
And you can pretty much do anything, except it can't be any bigger than 28 by 22, and it can't be any smaller than 11 by 14.
Right.
It can't be computer generated. It can't have 3D stuff sticking out on it. You can't glue marble rocks on a poster board. It has to be art.
Well, I'm really excited about this, and we're going to take a break in just a minute and come back and talk a little bit more about other things going on along with the poster contest. So please join us after the break.
At Fort Williams Pharmacy, you won't find motor oil, garden hoses, or mountain climbing gear. No, they don't have that. What they do have is a professional, friendly staff that understands your needs. Filling prescriptions is their primary business, and they take it seriously. They also have a drive-through window for your convenience and free local delivery. Most of all, Fort Williams Pharmacy knows your time is valuable, so when it's time to fill your prescriptions, you need it done fast, friendly, and accurately. Fort Williams Pharmacy, our family, caring for your family.
This month's TV 47 Star Student of the Month from Sylacauga High School is brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home and Fort Williams Pharmacy. Congratulations, Daniel Roberts from Sylacauga High School. This month's Star Student of the Month has been brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Fort Williams Pharmacy, and TV 47.
In Central Alabama, 9,100 kids face going to bed hungry tonight. Hunger doesn't take a day off. There are kids right here, right now, that don't know where they'll get their next meal. Join Alabama Childhood Food Solutions and help put an end to childhood hunger in Central Alabama. Make a difference. Donate today, by mail or online, to help ACFS feed hungry kids. There's no better time to share than now. Their next meal could come from you.
This month's TV 47 Star Student of the Month from Indian Valley Elementary School is brought to you by King's Pawn and Jewelry and Tax Service and Curtis and Son Funeral Home. Congratulations, Maddie Pope from Indian Valley Elementary School. This Star Student of the Month was brought to you by King's Pawn and Jewelry and Tax Service, Curtis and Son Funeral Home, and TV 47.
Hello and welcome back to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell. I'm joined by Ginger Clifton today. We're in the middle of talking about the poster contest available for children during the Marble Festival, and that sounds very exciting. I know children love to, like you said, draw in color, and all the forms are at the schools.
Right.
Is that correct?
Right.
And if for some reason you don't have a form misplaced it, just come by and see us at the library, and we'll be glad to give you one sometime in March. I don't know the exact date, but you'll check our website or there's a Marble Festival Facebook page also,
Right,
isn't there?
Right, and they've already started on their posters.
Oh, they have, great.
They can start any time. They have to be turned in March 29th.
March 29th.
And then they'll be graded that week. Graded, that's an old teacher in me. They'll be judged that week by an independent panel of art teachers that Glenda Rumsey has assembled.
Wow.
And of course the entry blank will be on the back of the posters, so we won't know the children's names. They will just judge the posters. And hopefully we might have enough to consider doing a calendar for next year. That would be fun.
That would be nice to have a Sylacauga calendar with all those in it. And I know you were talking about Glenda Rumsey is a former art teacher, I believe. Now most of the Marble Maniacs are retired teachers, right?
We are.
That's why the education part of this, I think, is so important to you, to all of you.
It is. Right. It's very important to all of us because we are all taught, and two or three of us taught together, and with Glenda taught with Talladega County, but still we've been together as friends since first grade almost.
Oh my goodness!
So
yes.
We work well together, and we've had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah. And I can tell you it's a lot of work because I see you at the library working, and but you enjoy it.
I do, and I want to mention just a minute about the scavenger hunt for adults. It will be a little bit later. You'll be hearing more about it, but it's a new list with a twist. It's different from the pictures that you look for that we have done in the past, but you are able to make a list of places where marble is used in our cities, places like churches, like public buildings, like signs, like memorials, just chunks of rock that they're prominent throughout our city. So it ought to be fun too, and it's a little bit different. Same prizes in the adult division as before, and I don't think we mentioned the children's division first prize 25, second 15, and third 10. So there will be 18 to 21 people getting those prizes.
Wow, that's great.
So it'll be fun.
Kids will have a little bit of money to spend. Well, adults do too, but kids especially have a little bit of money that you've worked and won.
That's right. That's
for your hard work.
Absolutely.
That's great. Well, I know we've touched on this a little bit about why is it so important for children to learn about marble. I know when I'm from here too. When I grew up, I knew the quarry was there, and I had a friend that lived out there, and we would go visit. And so I drove through. I knew it was there. Like you said, it was a big hole in the ground, but I never really thought about it being an industry or artistic. It was there, big hole. And I know I want my girls to know, and children today to know, that they live in the Marble City and how important marble is to us and to the world. Everything has marble dust in it.
Right.
That's not wood or metal.
Absolutely. And we have two of the largest calcium carbonate companies in the world located right here in Sylacauga. And so not only do we have a list of products, that's another option for posters, is the products that come from marble. Another option is that we have a sister city in Pietrasanta, Italy, that produces the beautiful white marble that is produced here in Sylacauga. So there are lots of different options, but I want them to know all of that. And what a great, it's all around us. Look on the lawn of the B.B. Comer Library and inside, and on the City Hall lawn, and on the buildings as you go through town, and on the floor of the post office, and in your church, and everywhere you go. And see, I'm even wearing some around my neck.
Yes. And Krager has made these hearts. We have them at the library in the bookstore. I have one for my daughters. I've received one, and I especially wanted them to have one. I mean, they may live here the rest of their lives. They may not. Who knows? That's still to be seen. But I want them to know where they've come from and what we have.
Absolutely.
I've given several things as gifts to friends who used to live here who have moved out, and they're just so appreciative of something from home.
Right. Absolutely.
And we have Krager Brown here in town, and we talked about that just for us to be able to watch
yeah,
him.
and what a great opportunity. Who would have ever thought that we would be able to bring our kids to meet sculptors and to watch what they're doing and to see them take a block of marble and turn it into something beautiful like Helen Keller and Anne Sullivan that Krager is working on now, or like Curtis Lyles and his grandchildren in Once Upon a Time. And it's just a wonderful opportunity, and this is a top sculptor. He's not just your somebody that's got a hobby. He is a first-class professional sculptor, and and I'm just so proud that we've had an opportunity to know him and to watch him work.
It is it's real, just neat. I don't know how to describe it. Just going to watch him work, or go by one day in the pen, in the little fencing area where he sculpts, and you see, the image, and then maybe a couple of weeks later you go and you see how it's changed.
Absolutely. And I don't think we mentioned we have the third quarry, which is a Sylacauga marble, and it does marble for artistic purposes. It's different from the calcium carbonate places, but all three of them are vital to the Sylacauga marble industry, and that's the reason we call our marble festival the magic of marble. It truly is magic.
It is. I know we have the sculptures in the library, and I love to give tours to the children especially. Some of the sculptures, usually they have a deep meaning, and I'm just kind of touching on that with the children, but still, when I look at the boat, and here's a man and a woman, and this represents America and Italy, and we're all in the same boat. We all live on the same world. We all go to work. We go to the quarry every day. Somebody goes to the quarry and works, but we're all in the same boat.
Right. And Emerging Sylacauga, it tells that story better than any book could tell it. A man carving himself out of marble. He raised his family. He grew his family and his life in Sylacauga because of marble.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Yes, there's a lot to be learned.
There's a lot to be learned.
Once Upon a Time also is an interactive part, and loving children, I like that. So many times we say, oh, here's marble, don't touch it, and I do say that, please don't touch them. But the Once Upon a Time on our front lawn, there's Mr. Lyles with his grandchildren, and then there's the pillow inviting you to come for a story time, or just to be a part of it. So bring your children to the library, sit them up on the pillow, and take their picture. It's a great Kodak moment there, I guess. Well, picture, but
absolutely.
Inviting them to be a part of it, of reading and learning with family, and then also to touch and feel the marble. I can, that particular pillow, touch it, feel it, how smooth it is, how hard it is, how beautiful and white it is, and to really, really see it.
Absolutely, absolutely, it's wonderful.
Well, I'm trying to think if we want to make sure we cover everything. Did we talk about the ways that they can know about marble? We talked a little bit about that.
We talked about the units that are available in each school, and as I've made contact with the librarians at the school, they will be the ones that show those DVDs.
Right. Well, we hope you'll be a part of the Marble Festival this year with the children's activities and the adult scavenger hunt. So thank you for joining us on Library Connection. Thank you, Ginger, for being here.
Thank you for having me.